that we can sit on, just so we can do some spinal work. Okay, so we're going to start our spinal work with sitting down on something. Okay, so I'm going to use a box, but we're going to effectively kind of get the breath and the spine moving. Okay, so obviously we're going to continue working on the back bends today. Okay, and oops, where am I? So we're going to just start with a very, very basic work that we have been doing. Okay, which is effectively, okay, as we breathe in, we're going to make our spine, okay, big as possible. So think like the cat position that we've been doing, okay? So we're going to spread the shoulder blades, and we can use the hands. We can even turn our thumbs in to kind of make our arms longer to reach as far forward as possible. Chin can be tucked in. As we breathe out, slowly, we can try and lift this, kind of the sternum up towards the ceiling. We're looking to extend, okay? So we're looking to kind of arch our back as much as possible. And what I'm going to say is like, don't rush through it, kind of like give yourself plenty of time, play with like different amplitude kind of. So, go slow, maybe go a little bit quicker on few. So kind of just play around with the tempo. Okay. We're just going to do this for 2 minutes, just nice and simple. When you're ready, we'll go in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Try to reach at different parts with your hands. So maybe kind of reaching low towards the ground, maybe reaching straight forward a little bit more. Okay, so you can play with the direction of your hands as well. And last one. And once you're done, we're going to remain seated, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to work a little bit different to just kind of this flexion extension a bit. So we have like everything available to us now, okay? So we can kind of like twist and bend any direction we want to. But here's the caveat: we want to still kind of try use our breath, or use, kind of marry our breath with the work. And the intention here is, kind of with the breathing, it's not really kind of like, short, sharp, that sort of thing, but rather it's like long, slow, controlled, smooth breathing. And that should kind of really be influencing the way you move, okay, in your spine, directions you want to. And inevitably, there's going to be spaces where you're going to be like, oh, that's different, or like it's going to feel probably quite nice. And again, kind of maybe keep exploring that route. Areas that you don't feel too good at, kind of, again, you're not smashing through those areas. So again, like just be inquisitive, kind of like don't back off straight away. Just kind of just notice it and see what comes out of it. Okay, so effectively what we're going to do here is nice and simple. We're going to marry a breath. We can work in any direction we want to. The hips out of the equation. Okay, any rotation. Now again, we can use our hands to dictate what we can do, or kind of lead us into new spaces as well if we want to. Okay, so when you're ready, just for kind of another 2 minutes, nice and simple. When you're ready, let's go. So with this, it's quite nice to close the eyes. Okay, we're seated, so we should be grounded. And then just everything's really slow. let the weight of your head do the work as well. Okay, so there isn't a right or wrong. Whatever vector, whatever shape you try to create, see if you can reverse engineer that as well. Okay, so basically coming out of it as slow and controlled as you went into it. The last little bit. Okay, and then from there, last minute, I promise. Okay, we're gonna remain seated, and now we're gonna just go into kind of like a little bit like more wave-like effect. So the intention now is, I want to imagine a wave, and there's like or a circle, whatever you want to call it. Okay, and effectively what we're looking for here is, we want it to be smooth, but there's not really a pause at any point. So we're continually kind of just like a wave. We continue to kind of keep moving in and out. Okay, that's the theme. And what we want to think about here is, again, we'll use the headquarters as the leading thing. We can start to, kind of bring our head back, and we've been doing a bunch of work on this glide type of work, right? So kind of forwards and backwards. We're going to effectively think about rolling, reaching as far forward as possible, and then boom, slowly coming back. So effectively, we're trying to kind of get the whole spine to think about, okay? So, from everything from the hip up, we're trying to move in like a wave-like effect, okay? So we're gonna go for a minute, and again, same thing, doesn't need to be super fast, but do play around with the different tempos, slow it down, maybe speed up a little bit, but really try and marry the breath, okay, with the work. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. Last one, and rest. Okay, so as we're seated down, we're going to get into the lower body a little bit as well. Okay, so same in this position. Now, the intent, okay, from front on, isn't to kind of like get legs as wide as possible. Okay, just to kind of like have it maybe 2 steps behind what you think you can go. Let me just move back a little bit. Okay, and what we're going to do here, guys, okay, is our toes are going to be faced forward at all times. And from there, now we're going to try to keep the spine as rigid as possible. So we're going to try elongate the spine as possible. Okay, pushing the feet into the ground. We're going to simply take a hinge down towards the ground. Okay, we're going to take a pause for 3, 2, 1. Then we're going to slowly posture up using stuff we feel stretched out to the back of our legs. So again, if you go too wide, it's going to be like, just the inner thighs. But keep your legs a little bit closer together. That way you can get the back of the legs, the inside of the thighs, and also maybe a little bit straight to the butt, okay? But again, this is only as effective as my spine being long throughout the movement. So we're going to do 10 reps, 3-second pause per rep. Here we go. Okay. We're going to hinge. Pause for 3, 2, 1. Slow control posture up. And again. Hinge. 3, 2, 2. Hinge. 3, 2, 3. 3, 2, 4. 3, 2, 5. 3, 2, 6. 3, 2, 7. 3, 2, 8. 3, 2, 9. 3, 2, 10. And rest. Okay, so from there, we're going to quickly make our way down to the ground. Okay, we're just going to do a few wrist prep type of work. Okay, so just getting onto the ground, nice and simple. And we're just going to prepare our wrist, okay, because we're going to be obviously using a little bit of it. Okay, so nice and simple. We're going to put the thumbs together, heel of the palms together, fingers spread. And we're going to just start with a simple rocking forwards and backwards. Okay, you want to make sure that the elbows are naturally locked out here, okay, and the shoulders are spread. And then from there, we're going to go into a nice big kick-out circle going in one direction and then coming out of it and going to the other side. Okay, so we're just going to alternate sides. Sometimes it helps to kind of look at your hands, okay, just for a little while, just to kind of, you know, as you distribute the weight evenly, you start to kind of just kind of see, you know, where, when I say see, obviously you get to marry what you see with what you feel, okay? So think about as you go into these corners, you're trying to literally kind of create as much of a big circle as possible. Now that's going to feel okay in some portions and not so okay on others. So just being mindful and just like noticing where those points are. Last one. Boom. From here, we're going to simply go back onto, okay, the fingers pointing back to the knees, from the side, okay, and from there, we're going to simply just rock backwards and then forwards. Again, same thing, elbows are naturally locked out here, but making sure the shoulders are spread. Maybe a little sway side to side when you're sitting back. Okay, we can allow the heel of the palm to peel off as you bend the elbows a little bit, and then plant those heel of the palm down onto the ground. Okay, let's do that 4 times. So that's nice and simple. Take a pause at the back, push the world away. Okay, again, bend the elbows, lift the heel of the palm, shoulders are nowhere near the ears. Boom. Boom. Okay, so from there, fingers are going to point straight ahead. And then from there, we call it the first line of knuckle. So like knuckle, everybody knows where that is. Okay, if I draw a fist, obviously it's like that. We want the back of the knuckles. Okay, but effectively, we're going to have the fingers spread. Shoulders are nice and proud. We're going to try keep our weight above or in line with our hands. Okay, for extra points, we can go beyond those fingers. But from there, we're going to peel the thumbs up and come into that first line of the knuckle. Okay, with the heel of our palms raised high. From there, we're going to slowly come down, kiss the ground, and then boom, come up again. Okay, so try to avoid kind of sitting back because there's little to no load here. Okay, so again, just think about some of us maybe just like, you know, ever slightly high, that's cool. But the idea here is to kind of maintain some sort of weight throughout the movement. Okay, let's go for 10 reps with a 3 count down. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, up. 3, 2, 2, up. 3, 2, 3, up. 3, 2, 4. 3, 2, 5. 3, 2, 6, 3, 2, 7, 3, 2, 8, 3, 2, 9, 3, 2, 10, and rest. Okay, from there, last little bit, we're just gonna go palms faced up, palms faced up. We're just gonna rock forwards and backwards here as well. Okay, again, you guys are in charge of the dosage. You guys are in charge of how hard, okay, or the intensity of this. Okay, we don't need to kind of set a PB or anything like that. Just stimulating, okay, this area. So just kind of, checking in, giving enough love. From here, let's pause and give ourselves a gorilla grip squeeze. Okay, for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay, shake it off. And then we'll go into some of our spinal openers. Okay, so we'll go straight into our side, and we're going to go into our bow and arrow first. Okay, so with the bow and arrow, remember we're on the side lying position. Knees are fairly high. Okay, so kind of bring the knees up towards the chest a little bit. This is going to help you block the lower back. Now from there, both arms, okay, are straight in front of you, and the working arm is the top arm. Okay, a couple of key things we have to think about here is we're looking to effectively rotate our thorax or our kind of rib cage. And we're going to use our shoulder blades to help us out there as well. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to reach forward. As we reach forward, look, my top shoulder spreads a little bit. And then from there, I'm going to draw that arrow. And my objective is to kind of draw the elbows back as far as away as possible, keeping the shoulders and knees away from each other. And then dropping the elbow down towards the ground. So your intention is the tip of your elbow to touch the ground, okay? Now, of course, look at this. If I allow myself to drop the knees a little bit and use my lower back, it's gonna be fairly easy because I can use my lower back to rotate. The idea here is to, boom, okay, be as high as possible and try to really kind of move from the middle of your rib cage, okay? 10 reps per side with a couple of seconds pause at the back. And that pauses is basically an opportunity for you to keep working your elbows down to the ground. Okay, here we go. We're gonna reach, pull, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let's switch sides. Okay, so knees nice and high, hands stacked on top of each other. We're going to reach forward from the top, and then let's draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and a rest. Okay, so from here, we're going to go into our skydiver, and skydiver is going to be on the front of our body. Okay, and the objective here, guys, is we're going to use everything along the back of our body to pick ourselves up. And a couple of details as always, okay, as we bring the chest up, so looking at the upper body now, palms are face up initially. As we come up, we're going to turn the shoulder joint, so my palms are going to face down to the ground, and that's happening because I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together. My ears are, again, nowhere near the shoulders. In the lower limb, okay, in the lower body, we're using the glutes to lift the quads up. Now, predominantly, you're going to be using your butt, you're going to be using your spinal column a lot more, okay, because we know how to do that. So the goal is to kind of see if it can produce more force from downstairs. So maybe that means not coming as high from the chest, but rather trying to pick the quads up. Maybe try to keep the balance somewhere on your belly button, okay, as we do this. Okay, so palms are faced up. First and last rep, we're going to hold for 5 seconds. Otherwise, we're going to just double down. Okay, so here we go. We're going to come up for first one. We're going to hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. And let's go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Okay, so from there, back onto the sideline position. We're going to get into a T-spine rotation. So now we're going to get our hands involved a little bit with the T-spine. And remember what we're going to do here, guys, okay? The bottom leg is going to be straight. The top knee is going to be bent, and again, quite high. You know why the top knee needs to be bent? To block the lower back. We're going to use the bottom arm to trap that top leg, okay? This way, we're not lifting like so. Now, from here, the top hand that's going to be moving, our key goal is to create as much space in the shoulder joint as possible. And in order to do that, we need to reach away from the middle of our body throughout the movement, okay? So what the movement is going to look like is I'm going to reach as far away when my hands are in front. As my hands come over, okay, ahead of me or over top, I'm still reaching. If you look at my fingers, I'm still reaching as far away from the middle of my body as possible. I'm going to continue looking that journey. I'm reaching as far to the wall as possible. And then I'm reaching as far away to the wall, okay, below me as possible, okay? So the intention is to create as much space in the joint as possible. And around about here, you will see we have to actually pay attention on how the joint actually articulates, okay, in that socket. So again, keep it smooth. It's not about setting a PB or trying to go as fast as possible. We're going to go for 10 reps, okay, and just listen to the body. Here we go. Let's start from number 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, from here, let's switch sides. The bottom leg is straight, top knee is bent. Okay, we're going to trap that top knee with the bottom arm. Our top arm is going to reach away, and let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, beautiful. So from here, we're gonna move downstairs. And in order to do that, we need, okay, a wall, a couch, something that we're gonna be able to do the couch stretch on, okay? I'm just gonna grab myself a mat, okay? So if you're working on a hard floor, guys, I'd suggest having something underneath to protect your knees. Beautifully sunny this morning. Okay, so we're going to go into couch stretch, and as most of you guys know, kind of couch stretch setup by now. Remember, the context we're using the couch stretch in back bend is we're trying to open more the hip flexors, right? So effectively, think about extending your spine when you do also this stuff at the front, right? So effectively, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing more of an extension. So we're going to be looking to drive our hips as far forward as possible in this variation of super couch, okay? So when we're ready, what we're going to do is find ourselves ready in this super couch position. So just to emphasize the point again, normally we kind of use the front leg to push back, and that's going to be more kind of the belly of the quads, right? So still in the kind of the quads, but the belly, the middle of the quads. When we kind of drive the hips forward a little bit, this is going to be coming up more kind of, around the structures that cross the hip joint, right? So more into the hip extensions, we call it. And the key thing here is to make sure the butt, okay, on the leg that I'm stretching, that's predominantly kind of working its butt off, literally, okay, to open more space in the front of the hips, okay? So we're going to just kind of nice and simple, drive our hips forward, making sure, okay, the front leg is in a position that it can actually support me, okay? So if the front leg is too close, you're going to probably struggle with balance. And the balance should not really be an issue if the butt's working. If your hips are stable because your glutes are on, it's very, very hard to struggle, okay, with balance, okay? You think about your foot position, think about the base, and think about what's happening in the middle. Now from here on, just breathing nice and slow, intentionally, slowly dialing things up from the butt so you open more space at the front, and your body will kind of yield as the time goes on, okay? So all you're doing is you're just creating a good environment for that to take place. And those of us who've been consistent over the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks, what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of spine extension if you're up for it. Now, what that means is think back to the work we did at the start of the session. We can't be dumping into our lower back. The intention here is to lift the sternum up to the ceiling and then back. Another way to think about it sometimes is the crown of my head is going to try to touch the back foot. I know, seems unreal, but that's the goal. Okay, but again, we're not just cranking things up, slowly dialing it up. So if you're good, let's start that. So hands come up a little bit, and then we're gonna eyes goes up, push your hips forward, lift the chest up so you're not dumping into the lower back. Slowly back out of it. And then leaning forward and rest. Okay, so you probably heard me breathe pretty loudly there. Okay, so without breathing, it is very hard or near impossible to get the nervous system to let go. Okay, so again, with everything that we do, this is why the focus is on the breath. Okay, once we're ready, let's hop onto the other side. Okay, and once we're ready, just slowly, just gradually loading that hip. Okay, by traveling forward, butts on. Again, my front leg is in a good position to support me. And we're just going to kind of stay here, chill here. Just give the body, the nervous system, an opportunity to kind of relax a little bit. Okay. But we have to be intentional about it. Okay. So even though kind of, I'm saying we're going slow and whatnot kind of thing, you're still making small refinements. Okay. Meaning, continually checking in. Okay. Kind of, am I in the best position? Am I working from the areas that I need to? Okay. What's my breath doing? What's my posture doing? So all these little things, these intricacies add to the stretch. Okay. So stretching is a skill rather than just kind of hanging out there for, whatever prescribed time. Hips are still driving forward. Make sure the hips nice and square, glutes are on.
Okay, if you're up for it, okay, we can lift the hands ever so slightly and extend that spine. Slowly back out of it. And then boom, lean and back away. Okay, cool. Now, from there, while we just kind of give the lower body a little bit of a rest, we'll kind of look to load the shoulders up. And we're going to load the shoulders up in internal rotation, okay, through tabletop. So again, something that we've been working, okay, very diligently over the last, 3-4 weeks has been this internal rotation position and tabletop. So normally we have our fingers pointed back, that, helps with the shoulder orientation in this external rotation, but we've kind of been working fingers pointed forward. Okay, now when the fingers are pointed forward, elbows are locked, my shoulders are in what we call this internal rotation position. It's not a very pleasant position, and it's a position that most people are not strong in. So just be mindful. We're going to slowly, gradually build this out. We're going to do 2 times 30 seconds like we have been doing. And the offering here is, we can regress this by simply just having the fingers onto the ground facing forward, pushing the world away. So again, my ears are never knowing the shoulders, and just scooting that butt through. And maybe this is enough. Maybe you feel this to the wrist. Okay, if you squeeze the shoulder blades, this is going to come out to the shoulders too. And maybe this is enough. Okay, from here, if you're good and you want to try, you can boom, okay, lift the hips up. Okay, so effectively, again, my legs are loaded. Okay, and this is going to be obviously more load to the shoulders. The variation that we've been working on is like trying to get the legs straight out in front of you for 30 seconds. Okay, so again, no one should really feel it to the elbows or anything like that. Okay, the intention is to be strong and stable to the shoulders. If you're not strong to the middle of your shoulder blades, everything's going to come into the wrist, okay, and potentially the neck. So that's how you know you're not doing it properly. So either the load is too great or we need to take a regression, okay? Here we go. For 30 seconds, we'll go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're lifting a butt, eyes are gaze to the ceiling. Okay, keep pushing the world away, glutes are on. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Okay, shake it off. Make sure those limbs belong to you again. Okay, we'll do that one more time, guys. And again, your butt, again, the whole of the back of the body needs to be lit up here. Okay, it's just like there's no other way around it. Okay, so the idea here is to use everything to the back of the body to support and open the front of the body. Okay, getting ready. We'll go in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Should be in position. Here we go. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Alrighty. From there, last little bit on the hips before we move on to the main event. So we've been doing our long step pulses and we'll continue doing our long step pulses. So same thing, okay, we're looking to kind of open the hip flexors, okay, so the front of the hips up here. And we're going to do this by pulsing. Now, the intention behind pulsing, just so everybody understands, is, we're going past our normal range of motion for a very, very small amount of time, like fraction of a second. This is why the volume is super high. So like, we're doing like, I think 8 reps now, okay, per side, okay? But the setup, as always, is important. So think about it, okay? So from here, we're gonna be taking a step back. Now, the key thing with this is we need the posture to be as vertical as possible. And then from there, 3 vectors, okay? We're driving our knees forward, but look, we're driving balls of the feet, heels are back, okay? Trying to drop to the ground. So there's 2 things from the legs first, knees going that way, heels going that way. And that's what's gonna kind of affect this stuff here in the back here. And the butt needs to be on. Third and last detail is the bounce is basically keeps getting heavy. Okay, so at all times I'm going either direction, but then I'm dropping down. So the pulse is going to be like so. Okay, make sure the butt is working, non-negotiable. So if we're ready, let's get busy. Choose a side, any side. Postures up, drive the knees forward. Okay, maybe wiggle the back feet back a little bit. Postures up, glutes are on, and that should already put you into more of a pre-stretch. From here, let's bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Boom. Okay. And your strategy is, as always, up to you. Okay. So from here, going to the other side. Okay. Boom. Okay. Posture. Drive the front knee forward. Always be willing to make that adjustment in the back leg. Once you're ready, butts on, and let's bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Bang. Okay. And all right, let's have a drink of water. Let's chill out. Okay. And then we're going to take some work on board. Okay. So today we're going to utilize a little bit of the wall. Okay. So we've been working on this hybrid rotation. We'll kind of just work with that to start off with, just get the body loaded, moving. And then we're going to try and add something on today. Okay. So as most of you know, with the hybrid rotation, as the name implies, rotation is what we're looking to create. Okay, so the big confusion for most of us when we first started this was, we start in this quadruple position, and then, the hand position changes. That helps my shoulder orientation, as we know already. We take a step through, and what tends to happen is we normally push into our legs, okay, and then it's very, very hard to rotate. So what generally people do is they flick across, and this becomes like a tabletop. Now I can't move anywhere. Okay, I'm blocked from the spine. My shoulders are limiting back to here. Okay, as opposed to the rotation. Think about allowing yourself to use your legs. Okay, same thing. Hand orientation changes. I take a step through, but rather than dumping into the hands first, I actually go away into my legs. So I need my legs to be fairly close so I can use them to bend. And then now, look, I'm pushing the world away and I can create that rotation. I'm looking and trying to reach down to the ground, coming back, and boom. So one more time on the other side. Hand position. I take a step through, my knees, and then, okay. So what I want to see right now is your effort. Okay, so nice and simple, like we have been, just 2 per side. Let's have a look. Okay, go for it. Okay, and don't be scared to kind of just take a pause for a second or two at the back. Okay, so Surin, that's exactly what I was talking about, to make sure we're looking for a rotation, not just a tabletop. Okay, so you need to go more onto your feet. Okay, that's it. Push the world away. Look at that back arm. That's better, just enough. And then boom, much better. There it is. Okay. Oh yeah, that's looking like amazing. Okay, take that leg through. Nice, Janice. Okay, take that leg through a lot more, Talia. Okay, so you're going to step under. There we go. Now come onto your feet more. That's the tabletop. You want to just slow it down and try to create this arc. Okay, that's cool. 2 per side. Okay, rather than 2,000. That's good. And rest. Okay, so from here, once you're done, what we're going to do here is, just so we understand this rotation theme, okay, and the rotation really comes from this, like the thoracic position, okay? So what I want you to kind of think about here, guys, is you're going to just simply have the balls of your feet tucked under like so, okay? And again, it's, you know, for some people this is already hard, so that's okay. But think about, like, you know, I'm going to sit back to start off with, and then I want you to kind of use your hand, one hand, to push down onto the heel of your heel, okay? From here, you're going to push your hips forward, so your glutes are on. And then from the spare hand, you're going to just create a rotation. And I want you to kind of look at your fingers. And then I want you to think about lifting the chest up. And then come back down. So I just want you to think about how to extend and lift the chest up. So from here again, I'm going to look at my hands, keep pushing the feet down. And I want you to kind of feel this more kind of in the mid to upper back region. Yeah, of course, okay, things will be kind of loaded from the back, the lower back too. But think about, can actually utilize this work, okay, from the upper back more than the lower back. And for that to happen, I need to think, okay, I need to think about pushing my hips forward. Let's give that a crack, and let's kind of go 4 per side, please. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, and again, just slow it down, especially on the back end, so you can try to get a little bit heavier from the hand as if you're going to touch the ground. So maybe even soften your elbows, right? And look at those fingers to actually kind of allow your head and your shoulders, okay, and your spine to turn accordingly. Yeah. Simple. Okay. Look at your hands, that will help you. Okay, so the trajectory of your hands. So wherever you look, wherever your eyes go, your head will go. Wherever your head will go, your shoulders will want to follow. Okay, there we go. And lift that chest up. Keep lifting that chest up to the ceiling. Okay. Nice. So Talia, one of the big things there, okay, just have a quick look, okay, so is if we sit back here and do this rotation, it looks like I can do the rotation, but I've got no base support. So we need to make sure as we do this, look at my hips, okay, I'm extending my hips. My butt's on. As I do this, that's when, boom, that's what we're doing. Okay, and the feet, again, doesn't need to be close together. It can be a little bit wider. Okay. Yeah, okay, okay. Getting somewhere. That's cool. Once we've done 8 rather than 8,000, okay, just take a chill, okay? And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna utilize a wall today. And with the wall, the intention is, you know, it's gonna be very, very similar, let's say, I'll try to recreate, you know, what happens on the ground when the hands are grounded, right? You know, you can see once the hands are set in a certain position, it's very, very hard for the hands to move on the ground because you've got all your body weight stacked on it. So the work that obviously we're undertaking, you know, as you can already see, it's awareness, there's a lot of coordination involved. And also it's like, you know, working in areas that we don't normally kind of work in. So it's not really designed, okay? It's a little bit scary effectively, right? So again, make sure you're patient, make sure you slowly kind of build this up, okay? So we need a wall to do this. And we're gonna mimic, okay, the ground. So just watch me first. So this way kind of, it'll be a little bit more helpful, hopefully. Let me just kind of pin that guy. And the idea here is like, you know, we're just exploring the body today. Yeah. So what we're going to do first, guys, is you're going to actually face away from the wall and look at the orientation of my hand. Okay. My fingers are pointed up to start off with. Okay. And then I'm actually facing away from the wall. Now, what I want you to kind of think about is this. You're going to push the world away. So you want to actually create some space in the shoulder joint. You're pushing the wall away first. And then you're going to look at that hand. So look, again, my head, boom. As my head goes, my shoulders want to follow, right? Now from there, I want you to think about, you're going to lift you're going to allow to bend your elbows, and then you're going to lift your fingers up. So you're just onto the heel of your palm. Now from there, I want you to keep looking at that hand, and then boom, try face, okay? So wherever you pause, you're gonna try to push the world away. From there, keep looking at your hands. Again, lift the fingers up, arrive in that first position, okay? So a couple of details, just so, okay, you guys are clear. Heel of the palm, okay? So this is, this portion of the, okay, the heel of the palm. So not the thumb side, the opposite, this palm is potentially like one of the, like the toughest part of the wrist, right? We call it pisiform, right? So effectively think about, yeah, someone doesn't palm like through the thumb or like fingers kind of thing, right? This is the hardest part. So we have a hand, imagine this is the wall, okay? We're gonna lift the fingers up, allow to bend the elbows, and we're gonna pivot in this part, okay? So we're gonna use this part, this bony landmark to push. This is the surface area that we're working with. Let's have a go, okay? So let me just talk you through. So let's everybody come onto the wall, okay? And let's start, you know, let's go, I'm a lefty, so let's go with left hand, okay? The weirdest hand for everybody else, okay? So from here, feet are spread, okay? My fingers are spread. I'm gonna look straight into the camera or away from the wall to start off with. I'm gonna push the world away, so I'm gonna push the wall away. I'm gonna look at my fingers, so turn my head. Bend the elbows, lift the fingers. Come into the heel of the palm, and then boom, slowly keep looking at the hands, rotate, push the world away. Doesn't matter where your hand position is right now. From here, lift your fingers up again, so you're into the heel of the palm. Now bend the elbows, turn, slow control, straighten those arms, look at the fingertips. Now turn away from the wall, okay? Let's do that 2 more times. Ready? Push the wall, turn around, look, fingers lift, elbows bend, rotate. Pause, try to lock the elbows out. From there, lift the fingers, bend the elbows, rotate, push the world, look away. Okay, 1 more time by yourself. Let's have a go. Okay, so I can see what's happening here. Okay, nice, sir. Nice, Jess. Okay, that fridge must be very strong. Okay, yeah. Nice, and then boom. Okay, that's not bad. It's good. Really good. Let's see what happens if we go to the right side now. Okay, so once you're ready, again, fingers are spread. Okay, from here, push the wall away first. You're going to then turn your head, look at the fingers, lift the fingers up, bend the elbows, rotate, push as much as possible. Then lift the fingers, heel the palm, rotate, turn away, press the wall away. Okay. Let's continue with this. Again, nothing is being launched. Okay, no one's going kamikaze here. Slow and controlled. Think about the shoulder opening, think about the spine working, okay, and the whole thing integrated. Okay, 3 reps per side. Keep going. Boom, boom. Okay. Nice. Once you've done that, okay, take a chill pill. Okay, give yourself a little bit of rest. Okay, so everybody's looking good. Okay, just hopefully that fridge doesn't topple over. Okay, because we're gonna be putting a lot of demand, or you better have a lot of food in that fridge, making it heavy. So what we're gonna get into here now, okay, is we're gonna try we're gonna try extend that spine a little bit more extremely. Okay, so effectively, you know, there's going to be weights involved. There's going to be working behind us. So, think about something like back extension. Hell, let's talk about backflips, right? I mean, thinking about backflip, it's like, oh, right? Because it's like, shit's happening back there. I don't know what's back there. I don't have eyes back there, right? So it's really scary because we don't know what's happening back there. So same thing with back bends, when we kind of don't practice this often or like are not aware of it, it's like we don't know what to do, right? So again, we've been gradually building this up. So hopefully there's more trust in the body. Hopefully there's a little bit more confidence in the body. So again, you're coming from a place of inquiry, okay? So you're not trying to crank shit up. You're just trying to explore positions. So we're going to still use the wall and we're going to keep it really straightforward, okay? So you guys know that if you don't bend from the upper, okay, you're going to just dump into the lower, right? So again, it's a big no-no, right? Also, you know by now that if my butt's not working, well, my glutes, my lower back's not going to be supported. So just to kind of emphasize that point, let's stand on the feet quickly. Okay, and just like turn sideways so I can see you as well, so you can just listen to my words. So tense the butt. Okay, so let's say your feet are roughly about hip distance or shoulder width apart. Tense your butt, okay, and then from there slowly kind of arch your back. So like imagine keep your glutes on and like arch your back as much as possible, like lean back. Okay, glutes are on, glutes are really on, and then slowly stand up nice and tall. Okay, now this time what we'll do is no glutes on. Okay, so let's see what happens as you lean back. Yeah, okay, so you can see it's not as stable and your lower back just starts to scream a little bit. So you can see how this stuff is integral for this, right? Now with that in mind, we're going to go onto the wall and this is what we're going to do. So obviously my wall is behind me, so this may not be a good view, but you guys will get the idea. So effectively what we're going to do here, guys, come in fairly close to the wall. Okay, so again, not too far away from the wall. We're going to simply allow ourselves to bend the knees and we're going to look what's behind us. So we're going to simply lift our eyes. We're going to find the wall. Wait, it's there. Then from there, I'm going to slowly start to walk my hands down wherever I feel comfortable. I'm going to slowly walk up and not pushing off the wall. So I'm not trying to slingshot myself off. Okay, I'm under control. So again, it's better to be closer to the wall and the hands to be, oh, it's just there, okay, to be closer, right? And then slowly and gradually, kind of walking away. Now, we're going to do 4 reps with plenty of rest in there. So again, it's not about who does more or how quickly can you do it or how low you go. You're working according to your context. Maybe as you get warmer, we can start to slowly kiss the ground. I don't know. So just be gradual about it. Don't crank shit up. I want to see at least 3-second pause, what you believe to be the bottom position. Is that cool? Awesome. Let's go. Okay. Let's see it. Good luck, Jess's fridge. Okay. Slow. And again, look where you want to go. So let your eyes, try follow. Nice. Nice. Okay, again, make sure the glutes are on and you're lifting the chest up no matter where you're at. So that pause, that 3-second pause at the bottom, okay, you're still trying to fully extend. You're trying to lift nice and high. Okay, be generous with your knees as well. So make sure you bend your knees enough. Okay, that way you keep the weight onto your feet. 4 reps. And obviously you can, walk your feet in and out accordingly as well, right? So as long as you understand your base of support. Nice, Jess, okay? Obviously you need to keep pushing into the wall to create that tension. Okay, when you pause, and again, try to lift the chest up, make sure you're breathing. Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's it. All the chakras align when you do back bends, just so you guys know. Okay, once you've done 4, you can rest. Okay. Nice. Yeah, Molly's killing it. Cool. So as we're just kind of resting up and just watching Marley do hers, okay? A couple of things with the back bends, you can see when we go into extension, if we're not used to it, it's like, because we go into places we don't know, we often tend to hold our breath. So we get like this. Now, trying to tense and then trying to get big at the same time, it's like contradicting, right? So often what happens is you get this like massive, like, what the fuck just happened? You know, like kind of, it's just like, you know, people go like, I held my breath, I think, or my head feels like it's going to pop off, or like, you know, it just feels like. So again, this is why we pay attention with the breath, okay? The breath is to marry with the spine. Your spine isn't like, let's go hard and, you know, articulate in whatever ways, you know, as fast as possible. Right? That comes with practice, maybe down the line, okay? But right now, like for us, we're working in areas that we're not used to, okay? And our body's been just slowly and gradually being prepared, right? Does that make sense? So again, listen to the body. Now, we're going to rest up and we're going to try something else, okay? Still kind of relating with the wall and still with the back bends. And, you know, this is a little bit of a like coordination, okay? And with this one, what we'll do is we'll try to keep the hands, you know, kind of still. So this time what we're going to do is rather than the hands, okay, the palms or the fingers facing forward, what we're going to do is we're going to actually, I'm going to have my back turned to you, but effectively what we're going to do is we're going to have our fingers pointed down to the ground, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to have the hands pressed against the wall, and the hand's not going to really move now. It's going to be a little bit like, you know, what we're doing with the bridge rotation. That means I'm going to have to use my limbs, okay? So what we're going to do here is, there's two ways we can do this. We're going to look, okay, same side leg. I can take my leg under, I can adjust, boom, and I can come back, right? From there, look, boom, I can, again, under switch, I'm looking, bang, right? To the other side, same thing again. I need to, similar to what I was doing, you know, like I need to take my feet across me, adjust accordingly. I'm going to slowly rotate, boom. And I'm going to come under. There's a lot of coordination involved, okay? But you can see I can literally move under, okay? So it's a lot of foot play, little adjustments. We still have to use that spine a little bit, okay, or quite a lot, in fact, okay? But then the shoulders are coming into play as well. So let's have a Gary, okay? Let's have a play with this. Let me see what's going on. Let's just do kind of two, as in like one way, the other way, and switch sides, okay? Let's see it. Okay, palms, fingers down, good. So you're gonna face the wall, Marley. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so have your fingers down, so like you're on the wall, okay, so boom here, and then you're going to go from there, so boom, like so. So yeah, you're gonna start with facing the wall. Nice, Surin, keep the hands. Oh. Okay, so you start facing the wall and you will end up facing the wall too. Yeah. Okay, and the fingers are pointed down to the ground at all times. Oh, yeah. And just that fridge is just taking a battering. I love it. Okay, it's like there's gonna be a lot of cleaning involved. Nice, that's good, Tyler. That's good. Okay, have your fingers down, sir. Have your fingers down. Have your fingers pointed down to the ground. That's it. There we go. Okay, so the fingers are pointed down to the ground on the wall at all times. That sets the shoulder into play. Nice. Okay, okay, wrap it up. Let's finish it off. Come on over. How was that? Talk to me.
Oh my gosh.
How are you feeling?